This is the Go-Kart of Hobie.
Righto, so I'm not exactly sure what's going on today, but a mate of mine, Jim Bob Squarepants, James, asked me to come to his store, bring some rods and reels, some gear, and go fishing. I think I'm cranking hulls. Today's going to be great for that, but I have no idea what he's got planned.
Righto, so turns out he's a little shy for the camera, so he's not actually going to come and join me, but as you can see, I've geared up the Hobie Passport now. He's asked me to throw it on the water for a day, give it a go. I've only got a few hours, so we'll see how it goes. So there it is. So I'm going to hit those boat hulls behind me at Belmont on Lake Mac, so we'll give it a go. First thing I noticed about the kayak is it's actually quite small compared to what I'm used to. I'm used to that Pro Angler 14, right? So this is a good 4 foot smaller than it. Now the thing moves really well. It handles quite well. That's a sharp turn. And it can basically turn on a dime compared to what I'm used to in that Pro Angler. So I'm actually a little bit impressed with it. It's like a little go-kart really, turning really quite nicely. So try and get the actual kayak in the shot there. Righto, so we had a great day on the water today. We grabbed a couple of fish, got to use the new Passport, and I've got to say I'm actually happy about it. I'm really excited about the product. So this is the Passport as I fished with it today. Now I'm going to talk over the shoulder. Hopefully the audio isn't too bad there. But it is a 10.5 foot kayak, and I have to say, because of the width there, it displaced a fair bit amount of water. Now what that actually meant was that it pedaled quite efficiently for the length of it. It actually was like a little rocket, kind of like a go-kart, to be honest. I'm going to coin that phrase. This is the Go-Kart of Hobie. So let's talk about it. The front area's got a nice little storage area there. We've got some bungee cord that come as standard. I had my net above it, just sitting like this all day, and it caused no problems. That is the gimbal for the camera that I use. Attaches some power pack that you can definitely use to store if you wanted a sounder or something or other there. The Passport does come Hobie sail compatible. Now, one of the big things that I did like about this kayak is this rail here. It automatically makes a kayak feature rich, and what I mean by that, and we'll look at this ram ball. I grabbed that ram ball off the shelf of the Hobie dealer, Hunter Water Sports, added the rod holder to it, and that was gold for the entirety of the day. Now I have to say, with that ram ball there, you can add anything that you want. So sounders, rod holders, camera equipment and mounts. It's really good. Now you can obviously do that on both sides. I didn't do that today, but definitely go ahead and do that. Looking in the cockpit, we do have the round hatch. This gear bucket can be purchased separately. It doesn't come standard with it, but you can see how much stuff you can throw in there to definitely help your days out in fishing. Looking inside, there's a couple of little molds that Hobie have thought of. To be honest with you, I was a little bit critical of those. Initially, I thought, why have they got those there? That's just going to get in the way of my legs. But I have to be honest, with this wide base, it was never actually a problem. And you can start, I put things on both sides there, and they didn't get in the way at all. There is only one steering handle on the Passport, and that's no big deal. I really like it because it keeps things simple. It keeps things simple because it uses a simple control rod that's hard. There's no more pulley system, and then that controls the rudder down south here. Now the rudders are deploy and redeploy by hand. There's no pulley system for that, and you also have a nice guard underneath here that'll protect your kayak when it is tail heavy. You can obviously see the 2 rod holders that come as standard. There's a huge area back here for storage, and you can see the life jacket and the tackle box that I've used there. You do have the standard Hobie paddle that sits on the side, and that is secured in via bungee, and it's good to go. You'll also notice at the back I've added a Hobie bag or a gear bag, and in there today I had my plastics and some other stuff in there. Now that's a great storage option for this kayak. Down the right hand side you can see the other rod, and the actual profile of itself, you can see is actually really quite slick. There's not a lot of depth to it, and I like that. There was a number of times today, and I'll just cut to some footage here, where I was standing up. I spent about 40 minutes standing up in this kayak today and fishing hulls. Now, this is the kayak for that mum and dad who like to dabble in fishing, but maybe have a couple of kids that are traveling around the country on the camper van or the trailer and using that around. It's lightweight, it's small, it's really, really nice kayak. I've got to say though, the most impressive thing about the kayak has got to be its price tag. You can get everything here for under 2 grand. Look, I really hope you enjoyed the video. Hopefully you got something out of it. Peace out.